Buďte zdraví, ahoj všichni, kdo fandí a sledují Backstage TV, tedy dobrou muziku a pohodové rozhovory. Před týdnem jsme začali povídání s Herbie Langhansem, který je velmi aktivní muzikant, ať už to jsou Firewind, nebo třeba projekt Avantasia. Budeme v tom našem povídání pro ten týden pokračovat. Pojďme zpátky na weby Herbieho Langhanse. Často se tam objevují škatule power metal, ale Herbie se objevuje i v řadě dalších projektů, jako třeba progresivní metalová formace Beyond the Bridge. Herbie, co je ti vlastně nejbližší, co se týká muziky?
What music I like?
Yeah. Oh, music style.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe. At home, I really don't hear that much music because I record a lot, I wrote a lot, and so when I'm at home, I really hear some very smooth and soft acoustic rock or hard rock or 60s, 70s rock. So of course I'm a rock and metal guy, so I love music in general. So, but I really influenced a lot by all these old classic rock bands. I'm a big Journey fan of Foreigner, for example, or Uriah Heep. So when I was younger, when I started to be singer and guitarist in my first band, Seventh Avenue, I hear all those kind of metal stuff for years, many years. All the German metal stuff, Italian metal stuff, Rage, Blind Guardian, Halloween. I listened for years. And now when I'm a bit older, I calm down a little bit and I check also what was before. Mm-hmm. 10 years ago, I started to listen to all these bands from the 70s, from the 80s, and now I have, now music is my business and I do it kind of every day. So when I sit in my living room in the evening or with friends, we just hear some smooth rock in the background. So that's all. So,
okay.
But I enjoy every kind of good music. That's the most important. If it's good, if it goes straight to the heart, doesn't matter what kind of style it is. I love prog, I love hard rock, I love metal. Sometimes I really like some hard metal. Of course, it depends on how you feel right now, but I love everything. So that sometimes it's really interesting for me when I receive some requests for new projects, for example. Just like Draconian Love, I never sang like that before. So that's interesting for me to do it. And that's normally the voice is more like kind of dark rock. And I never did it before. And I thought, wow, that's cool. I like to play with my voice. So I'm in touch with so many styles. And I also listen all of these kind of styles. So I can really say I'm just a metal guy or I'm just a hard rock guy. So I love music.
S kým bys si chtěl zaspívat, potažmo zahrát? Máš nějaký svůj nesplněný hudební sen?
A dream, man. I don't know. I would like to meet Dave Grohl for a beer, maybe, of the Foo Fighters someday, just to hang around at the bar. I think he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he's perfect.
And maybe if something like this would come true, that would be really cool. I was never this kind of fan guy that I said, this guy or Bruce Dickinson, I would fall on my knees when I see him the first time. No, I like to work and talk with people. And so the first thing now I have in mind would be cool to meet Dave Grohl and sing a song with him and maybe drink a few beers after. So. But I reached so many dreams the last years that it's hard now to say what else can there be. So I'm on a perfect way now. I dreamed so many years to be a full-time musician, and now it happened. So the biggest dream come true. I have a wonderful family. I can live just with the music. So it's my full-time job, and I don't have these kind of dreams. I wait that the dreams came to me, you know. I never expected these kind of dreams of what happened the last years. So they came to me, and so I'm just waiting and looking what's coming. But I don't have this kind of dreams. I'm really happy with the situation how it is now. But I'm looking forward to meet for sure a lot of cool people in the future and making more music. I'm pretty sure that this will happen. But who won? I don't know.
Firewind, Avantasia, Voodoo Circle, Beyond the Bridge nebo Seventh Avenue. To je malý výčet kapel, se kterými jsi spolupracoval anebo spolupracuješ. Je nějaká, kterou by si vyzdvihl, anebo to máš tak, řekněme, rovnoměrně nastaveno?
They're all special because just for example, 3 bands I'm actually in is Avantasia, Firewind, and Radiant, for example. Also Sonic Haven, but to name just these bands, they're completely different. So Avantasia is just a touring band. I'm into the recordings when it comes to the choirs and backing vocals and all that stuff. But the rest of the time, I have nothing to do with Avantasia, for example. And then we go on tour and we hang around for a month on a world tour or for festivals. And then there's often a break for 1-2 years. And Firewind is just a band. We try to be very active. Doesn't matter if it's COVID now or not. We try to work on things, if it's online or whatever. And we're really in touch every day or every 2 days. So just talking about new ideas, what can we do, sending riffs or just doing stuff like that. So it's a very active band, and I'm really part of the band and not only a singer for a project. And then, for example, Radiant, my own band, that's this kind of hard rock, and that's the only band I have up to date where we really hang around in a rehearsal room. We don't have our own rehearsal room anymore, but if we met with the guys, we rent one here in my city, and we just hang around the whole weekend. So that's really where we're jamming parts, where the songs really grow in the rehearsal room. Just jamming, hanging around, drinking beer, having fun, and then record just like that. On this album, Radiant, I produced completely alone, and I also mixed the album and everything because it's little budget. But that's really this kind of rehearsal band, really just a bunch of guys hanging around and writing songs together. So it's all absolutely 3 different kind of bands. So every band is completely different. So you can't say that it's, if you have 3 bands, how can you manage to do all that stuff with them? So because it's absolutely completely different situations.
Jsi skladatel. Máš nějaké oblíbené místo, kde rád skládáš, myslím tím prostředí nebo třeba situace?
Here in my bag. just hanging around. I take one of the guitars, or the keyboard, and just have a vocal melody, and then I'm just start writing with a riff or with a melody, and then I record it, and then I go on and have another idea. So just doing. Sometimes you don't have an idea. You start with an easy riff, and then there comes a big song in the end. So.
Okay.
And sometimes you're walking around, you have an idea, a vocal melody, and just sing in the phone, that you don't forget this melody. And but normally, for the most bands, I do it here at home. And with Radiant, for example, as I told, we do it really as an old school band in the rehearsal room. Of course, we created also some ideas at home, but then we bring it all together in the rehearsal room and say, oh no, let's change this part. Let's do this chorus after this, and that's really active in the rehearsal rooms.
Mimo jiné, jsi taky producent. Prošel ti producentskýma rukama v poslední době někdo, kdo stojí za zmínku?
Yeah, there's a lot of projects, of course, I work with. I think there are two projects that are really a bit more in the focus this year. That's the Lightbringer of Sweden. It's this guy from Sweden. We did one album together last year, and it went out really cool. There are a lot of good reviews worldwide. Somewhere album of the year, and very perfect positions for a debut album. So it's great. I will do another album with him. We already started. And then of course the other project is Adrian Venegas. Mm-hmm. He is from Paraguay in South.
Paraguay?
Yeah, South America. On the last album I did, I think, 6 songs. There was also Henning Basse, the ex-singer of Firewind, and Ralf Schepers of Primal Fear doing, I think, 2 songs. And 6 songs I sang by my own on the last album. And then he asked me if we will do an EP first for the next album with 5 songs, just me as a singer and also me as a producer for the vocals and melodies, just to arrange it completely alone. And he asked me if I can bring maybe Sasha into the game, Sasha Pate, to produce the album, to play guitars, to mix it, to master it. And so I asked him, and he said, yeah, sure. If I can work with you, Herbie, so I know it's easy work, so let's do it together. Mm-hmm. So, and we finished these songs as well. So there's a 5-song EP and a lot of videos coming in the future from this guy, Adrian Venegas, and that's a production of Adrian, Sasha Pate, and me. Mm-hmm. So this will come also the next month. I think the first single will come next month. Mm-hmm. Yep. And of course now we are writing new songs, and I start with a production here for Radiant. This is one of my smallest bands, but that's really with my closest friends I know for years. So, but this one I really want to mention a lot because that's really Radiant. It's kind of my heart project. I think we will never go on big tours with these bands, and there's never big income with these bands or big sales, but that's really the old bunch of guys and hanging around. So I have the most work and less money, so with these guys. But it's one of my heart bands, yeah. So and around that there are so many other projects. I'm doing songs for guys in Canada or America or Brazil or Italy, maybe 1 song, 2 songs. Now I started to record a 5-song EP with some guys from Sweden. So I just have a lot of studio work here as well. So, but these are the most important bands and projects I'm working right now, yeah.
Za námi je, myslím si, v celku zajímavý pohled do prostředí třeba velkého cirkusu Avantasia, nebo taky do prostředí, ve kterém pracuje ODKAZY, a společně s ním samozřejmě taky i náš dnešní host Herbie Langhans. Rozhovory jsou připraveny i další, takže pro tuhle chvíli moc krát díky. Lajkujte, sdílejte, posílejte a za týden s dalším pokecem se na vás těším. Backstage TV je tady jen a jen pro vás.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.